that nigga be crispy. Yeah, hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D. Shameless, so shameless.
All right, brother, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
As it pertains to just the way the world views men, what are our pressures? What pressures do you think that men have when it comes to being successful, especially when they come from like low income or a situation where they're not stable?
Right.
Because I think that women, I don't know if they understand it. I don't know if you think it's excuses or like you said before.
No. It's not excuses. It's definitely not excuses, right? So here's the thing, right? As a growing up, we all deal with it, right? Because a lot of us aren't born.
Is that her hair?
Yep.
She sounded like she walked through one of them beaded motherfucking shit. I was like, nothing. But why you? It feels.
We said your hair was beautiful.
That's not what you.
No, I said the beads sound like you walked through one of them like shits. I said nothing. See, niggas be scared, bro. Come on, I'm trying to save you, bro. Good.
But nah, so as men, bro, like especially when you grow up, and you're not born into money, which a lot of us as black men aren't, you have all of the pressure of your family and the generations of your family that's on your back, right? Because you're thinking to yourself, okay, I know in society that my job is to protect and provide. I cannot protect and provide unless I have money. That's the end of the story, right? And so for you growing up is like, how do I figure out how to make money? And a lot of us, unfortunately, when we come from low income households or the hood, whatever the case may be, we go into illegal routes because that's the easiest way, right? That's the instant gratification. So you have the scamming, you got drug dealing, you got killing, you got joining gangs, all these different things, right? And we don't take that same effort and energy that we apply to doing those illegal activities to try and do legal things like computer science, maybe a lawyer degree, maybe becoming a doctor.
We don't do that.
I always say, if you could deal drugs, if you know how to sell drugs, you are a businessman. You're literally an entrepreneur. You're just selling the wrong product. You get what I'm saying? You know how to market. You're just selling the wrong
distribution, marketing,
product.
Production, promotion. You've done it all.
You are literally a solopreneur. That's
You
what
said
I'm doing.
eliminating your competitors?
Nah, so dealing with competitors.
What the fuck? This nigga is Walter White. Yo, this nigga is, god damn it, Jesse.
Yo, but nah, that's basically my point. Is like we don't put the same amount of energy and effort into doing the legal things that could actually return us more money for our families. And I think that's because we also don't have access to these tools inside of our neighborhood.
What about the feeling when they say like, oh, I wasn't supposed to make it past 18 or 25? Like, for a long time, men were saying that. I don't know if they still say that now.
I think a lot of people still say that.
But what does that mean to you? Like how you view yourself and how you view the world? Like, don't you? Like, I feel like people that come from legacies, white people that where their families were something, or even the mom and pop generation, where the father and son generation, right? So if I have a trade, I teach that trade to my son. I know I can always do that. If I went and did something else and I failed, I know I could always go back to this pop, mom and pop store or whatever and do plumbing or electrical work or whatever.
Right.
If you don't have that, the confidence is cut, right? Do you think that this guy here, if he's been evicted several times, lost several jobs, but he's married, or is with the mother of his children, 2 children that we saw, that does mean that he's like committed to some shit,
right?
But he can't keep a job.
He's having a hard time figuring it out. Yeah. The problem is we don't, like I said, we don't apply ourselves to the things that will sustain us long term. We do a lot of short term shit and expect long term results. I know a lot of people that are
Just get a job.
Yeah, just get a job. I'm gonna just get the job.
I'm just get a job.
$25 an hour, and I'm gonna figure everything else out later.
Well, 25. I'm keeping that one.
But nah, seriously, right? I know a lot of people that are just getting an hourly job, and it's just to get by. And I get it, I understand, but you gotta have a plan.
When I got sanitation, I worked for sanitation. I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not believe they would hire me. And I have been to Hampton University. I went to New York City Tech downtown. I've lived in houses my whole life. I did not believe that they would hire me.
Why?
I don't know. I did not believe that I was worthy of that type of job. I don't know. And
you do know. You just said it. You didn't feel like you were worthy.
Okay.
That's a problem with self, though. You understand that, right? That's a
I think that a
self-confidence and
lot of my
self-esteem
friends,
issue. Yeah.
if I look at the friend group that I had, we didn't trust the system to be beneficial for us. We didn't think that we were going to be able to, we were worthy for that type of existence. And I think if Trauma will look at me, if he can go back to 13, 14 years, because you know me since I was 14 years old, I believe. I think I exhibited that not feeling like I was worthy for a long time before I was actually in the street. I don't know if you agree with that. Yeah. But I think that he saw himself differently. I don't know. That's me speaking for you. I don't know. But I know me personally. I can say that me personally, I didn't see me being like, once adversity hit, I quit.
Right.
I didn't belong there. They wasn't gonna accept me anyway.
Because you didn't believe in self, bro. And I see it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I see it in so many men, right? And then what we end up saying is it's the system, but it's
you.
Fuck the system. That's my first thought when you said that. I didn't want to say that to you because I didn't want to invalidate you. Right?
Go.
But my thought process is literally fuck the system. We already know this shit is not designed for us to prevail. So why is it that certain people in our community prevail over others? It's because they don't give a fuck, because they actually care so much, they have so much belief in themselves that it does not matter how the system is designed, they are going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out some way, shape, or form. I'm a perfect example of that. I'm nowhere where I need to be, right? But I'm literally leading a community of black men talking about mental health. I don't even have a mental health degree right now. Everything says I shouldn't be doing what the fuck I'm doing. I'm 25 years old. I have all the excuses in the world to say I should not be doing this shit. You get what I'm saying? So, but I don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, I saw a gap. I understand that I have knowledge and wisdom in this area. This is a vision that's been given to me. And I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about what I'm doing, because I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know that I want to get to some place that is better than where I am right now. And I'm not going to get there if I keep on making excuses as to why I can't get there.
And you're good at it.
And I'm good at it. And a lot of times what we do is we psych ourselves out of the shit that we actually good at. It's called imposter syndrome. A lot of us struggle with it.
I do.
I struggle with it too.
Daily.
Every room I'm in, I'm like this. I know I'm not supposed to be here. I know I'm not supposed to be here. That's what I feel about every room I'm in.
You are supposed to be there, bro. At the moment that's the problem.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. I have the imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
trying to explain to you how you deal with that. You have to understand the moment you're able to step into a room, that means that you were supposed to be there. That's it. That is literally it. And what you do when you have those thoughts of self-doubt is you go back to past success. You get what I'm saying?
To embolden yourself.
Exactly.
Like, this is what
I've done this before.
This is what you do.
And you got to affirm yourself, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Like,
you really got to talk to yourself.
I've done that.
Yeah, you got to talk to yourself.
Nigga, this is what you do.
That's what I'm saying. You got to talk to yourself. And that's why a lot of times I put up affirmations on a page, right? I just put up an affirmation yesterday. I said, black man, take some time to remind yourself who you are. You're him. That did amazing on the page. But it's because we don't stop to say that.
We don't.
So when we see it, we're like, oh shit, I'm him. You are. We don't affirm ourselves enough so that when we step in these rooms, we feel confident. That's why. But
we're also beaten down a lot by life.
We are.
A lot, your him moments, sometimes you doubt them. It's like, yo, all right, I got one, but I got a bunch of nones. Yeah. I got a bunch of times when I failed. So it's kind of hard difficult. It's difficult.
Give me
to really like believe past the failures.
Okay. Give me a failure that has trumped a success. You get what I'm asking you? Because
Being kicked out of my crib, being evicted out of my crib with my girlfriend and my 2 kids, trumps getting the crib for my girlfriend and my 2
you don't
kids.
have a success that trumps that?
No, I'm saying not me. I'm
talking
saying
about
in
the
this situation.
Oh, in his situation?
In this situation,
And-
having to go back to grandma's house and say, "Hey, I lost it again." Even that trumps the moment when I said, "Hey, I have an apartment for us."
After that situation?
That moment in itself, the failure trumps the success.
I don't look at it like that. The reason why I don't look at it like that is because I see it as a upward slope always. I'm always thinking like, okay, well, this is one failure, but if I keep going, I'm gonna hit a success, and then that failure don't mean shit anymore.
All right, I agree with you. I don't want to say because we could go. You know, me, could go this for, and then me, you, her. He's gonna leave. Sorry, I just always shoot. I have to shoot at somebody.
So good.
I'm like the police.
Jesus Christ.
That was crazy.
That was
I mean,
It was kind of
I
accurate.
thought it was on point. Yeah.
It was that was accurate. Melly, can you bring up? Let's go to this week in these bitches.
Is that one
Yo,
of
these titles are jokes.
Yes.
This
No,
so
it's not
shameless.
the mushrooms. You know what? I want to. Dodge brought up a bunch of clips. Which one do you want to do? You want to do this one?
Yes,
I sent you this one. Do you have it? Pull this clip up.
bro.
But this is intense. This week, in these bitches, this young lady, is she drunk? What's going on?
Here she is.
It's TikTok.
Go ahead.
You gotta get off TikTok.
Let's see.
So, my fiance dumped me and called off our wedding. Honestly, I'm on the other side of that now. It needed to happen. Keep it a buck with you. But I have been crying a lot. So, to stop myself from doing that and make myself feel a little bit better, I decided to make an ick list. And I wanted to share it with you guys because this is the beginning of my unhinged era. I think when your engagement gets called off, it's the only time that you get to act crazy and like nobody can really like bother you about it. But I want to share that list. Y'all will not believe this. This, like, if anything, you should say like, Andy, ick to you for dealing with this shit. Slept in the bed with his sister until he was 22 years old.
Living with his sister?
Slept in a bed with his.
Ask anyone. I swear to God.
She's talking
No
about
money.
her ex-fiance?
Bank account negative every 2 weeks. His mom is like constantly like, hey, do you need anything? Do you need anything? You want to get a job
My
maybe?
thing
Not
is,
important.
you want to get
Always
that.
crying every single day.
It's more.
5 days a week, which is like like not every single day, but like that's a lot. Sex dreams about his sister.
What? So you knew this and you want... Yo, bro, come on.
No,
Right?
No, you gotta hear the whole.
What the Andy? What? Okay, continue. Can't do anything without his parents, and I mean anything. Like I gotta print out this piece of paper. Better call up mom. Can't figure out how to press submit without somebody doing it for me. I mean, like literally. Okay. Anyway, had no job or place to live when we started dating, and that should have been my main thing. Like the Bible even says a man needs a job and a place to stay before he's supposed to have a woman. That ain't necessarily true, but like that's what they say, you know. Adam had that. Continue. Kept leaving jobs, y'all. In the 10 months we were engaged, this man worked 5 places. I'm not kidding. Left me to struggle while he played Fortnite. He would be home playing Fortnite with his cousins, and I would come home like crying about the fact that like I just felt like I didn't have the life that I had thought for myself and whatnot. And he would just be like, "Do you mind if I put my headphones back on?" I'd be like sobbing. He'd be like, "I'm actually playing Fortnite with my cousin. Is it okay if I put my headphones back on?" So yeah, enjoy that. And can't read. That's dramatic, but can't read well and took a super long time to learn. Concerningly long. Like I was hoping that because I was gifted, it would balance the kids out. Dead ass. What? Okay. Also, did not pay rent January through April. Ladies and gentlemen, what was I doing? I don't know. Doesn't matter now.
The reason why I wanted to play this in This Week in These Bitches, because not because of her ick list,
Bitches is nuts.
not because of her relationship. None of
What?
that is my reason.
Really?
I have one reason why I wanted you guys to hear this.
What's up?
And not just y'all. This goes to our listening body.
Mm-hmm.
Please bring back discretion. Please bring back taking your L's in silence. Bring it back. Like, I'm tired of y'all jumping on the internet to try to get the masses to feel bad for you when we're only looking at you like, are you okay? Blink twice if you need help. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, let me tell y'all, there is no amount of money somebody could pay me to itemize my L's like that and put it on TikTok.
I'm telling you,
I wouldn't even tell my friends no shit like that. I'll be like, yo, we broke up. It's all right, though. I'm just going to go through my healing process. It's fine. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all just...
TikTok is an
Please
interesting
take
platform.
y'all L's in silence. Like, that shit is nasty work.
Nah, you giving her a way out.
I am. I'm giving... Yes, I am.
No. Why?
I sobbed for my sister.
We dragged
Ma'am.
niggas for the first hour and a half of this damn podcast.
I don't have to drag her.
It's time to drag some
Yo.
woman, yeah.
No. And here's the thing.
Yo, but
I don't
your
have
ass-
to drag her.
You know he
because
don't know how to
this
say women, right? He been saying woman the whole episode.
You
too smart for
message
that.
messenger. We
Women?
went through that already.
You know, people say that to me.
You gotta start saying women, bro.
Women?
Women.
I say women.
Can you
You
imagine
said
Tahoe
woman.
saying this, having this conversation with somebody?
No, you
Nah,
keep
I
saying
mean-
I'm saying it
woman.
wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're saying in a singular in reference to plural.
This is fucking
You're saying
bananas.
woman.
You know,
you're saying,
I know.
yo,
I thought it was
woman.
just me. I did hear it. Yeah.
No, it's several times.
know, the
and I'm
interesting-
like, yo,
the
he's too
interest-
smart for this.
No.
And then I'm not the guy to correct. I feel like Shaq talking about cheating. Like,
No,
yo,
no,
I
no.
can't be doing this. Yo, I can't. talk
Right,
about
because
this
you
shit.
just learned last year.
It's been 4 years now.
It has not
It's
been 4 years.
Yo, why do you gotta come for me?
Because why you
know
had to
this
put
nigga,
him
let's
on
go
the
for him.
spot like that? Like, let this nigga rock.
No. That's good. So,
It's women.
no. I hear you. It's my pronunciation.
Yes.
Because I had somebody that DM me, one of my friends. She was like, yo, you know you saying
Woman.
woman and you're not saying woman.
Women.
Woman.
Men.
Women.
Men.
Men.
Men and man. Two different
I always
words.
just say woman.
You have to, yo, they go crazy for this.
Mm-hmm.
And they will validate all of your intelligence. Like, nigga, you have the personality, you have the intelligence. Pardon me, I'm not gay, but you have the looks, you have everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't
Pardon
say
me,
woman
I'm not gay.
when you're talking about women.
Okay.
That's why you're the one to say that, to correct them, because
Because you
you
struggled
can
for
you
so many
understand
years.
I've been there. They
you understand
nigga,
the
You used to
Fandom.
say woman?
all the time.
He just started getting it
This, the listeners on Instagram
Mm.
and the listeners to this podcast have told me, like, yo, that invalidates everything you're saying.
What?
It doesn't.
Which is crazy.
It doesn't. It
I never
makes you
felt
look
that
like you're not as learned as you are, and you are very much so.
Yeah.
That's
So
not what
just
that.
get your pronunciation correct.
That's
So
not what that
women.
says. For,
Women. That's right.
Woman.
Right.
The problem is-
I actually say it, and the way I do it is I spell it differently in my head.
Yeah, I'm spelling it with an I now.
That's how I do it. Women.
Yeah, I am.
When I spell it with an I,
Because
I'm
my-
saying a different word.
Because for me,
Exactly.
it's woman.
yeah,
But y'all saying men, so I'm going to put an I there now.
women.
Yeah, woman.
That's it. Once I do that, I'm
Whatever
like, oh,
works
I'm
for
good.
you. Absolutely. That makes
Completely
sense.
different. Completely different word. Listen, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, respect his
I have
process.
I ain't going to lie,
nothing
this is going to
say.
be tough for me, though. Because
It was
next
hard.
podcast, I'm probably
Bro,
like,
years. If you go back and listen to this episode, in it, I said woman, and I corrected myself. I said women. I did it in this episode, and it's been years. Because that's how we talk outside. We
I
don't-
got a long road ahead of me.
it is what it is. But my problem with this is all of the things that this young lady decided to deal with, and she's really blaming him.
Yep.
So I don't
Like, how you
I
make
don't
an
want to
ick
give
list
her
for
a
him?
way out because
That was your
yo
fiance.
everything. First of all, you tell me you sleep with your sister still
Till you was
in
22?
the bed
He said he had, that's not even the worst part.
The
He said he
sex
had
dreams.
sex dreams
about his sister.
about his sister.
This is
I was
who
ready
you
to
still
cut it off.
fucked him. How? How do you still like? You know what I'm saying? All right.
I'm
is
looking
that-
at it like this is super one-sided, and I don't trust her. He's not even there to defend. Like, she, so hear me out.
Go for it. I'm here for you.
Hear me out. Reason why
I'm
I
here for
say
that.
I don't trust her
I'm here for that.
is because I'm
She's still
judging
wearing a
her.
bride hat?
Her character is.
The bride hat killed me.
I think we could all agree that her character is immediately in question. Kizzle, one of the first things you said, like, why are you still with him? This is your ex-fiance you're talking about?
And
You're
he
talking
left
about
her.
yourself. You're exposing
he
yourself
left
right
her.
now. So her character is completely in question. So why would I think that all of these things are absolute facts?
Yeah,
Why are you making a
she's a
list
woman.
after the wedding of things? You're wearing a bride hat. You're drinking from the bottle.
Yeah.
This shit, and this is
And
not.
he broke up with you. You're not well. Something's not right. So, he broke up with you.
He gets all the benefit of the doubt because he's
Right
not
now.
there.
It may seem like he thought he broke up with you.
You're the problem.
I want
He
to
may
see
have
his
thought
ick
that you
list.
was the problem.
Right.
Yo, first
Oh, we need
of
to
all,
find him
I'm supposed to accept that this list is accurate from her? Like,
because
Nah,
this
you
nigga
raised
obviously,
some good points.
he obviously needed a place to stay. He didn't. She said it in the thing. He didn't have a place to stay, and he didn't have a job.
Nah,
So he
what?
chose the shelter over you. He chose the shelter over you.
Yeah.
Are you on the floor?
this nigga been under the table for 15.
Wait, we don't have another chair? Give him the ottoman. Put the computer on the floor. Can we?
He okay.
You trying to
He
take
a
care-
nigga.
Nah, give him
Trying
the
to
ottoman.
take care of
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Men be figuring
watch
shit
that
out.
line.
That's what's up. Yo, honestly and truly, I'm just like, I feel for her. Tahoe all in the way.
Sorry, but come on, niggas. He's looking up at the table.
Yeah, he been there for quite some time.
I didn't even.
Do you have on the wrong drawers or something?
He got to stretch out.
See,
You one of those people that get up in the airplane and like
he
yawn
adjusted
and,
his
like,
nuts again.
Yeah,
and stretch.
cause he is old.
oh,
These
man.
niggas is 50. They old as shit.
50.
What are you going through, bro?
These niggas is 50.
It's a safe space. What's happening?
I just had to adjust my
That's
crotch
50.
area.
Again? This is several times now.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, y'all look good for 50. I ain't gonna lie, man.
I'm not 50.
That's why I'm trusting y'all. That's what I'm hearing.
Thank you. But
Y'all
There's
niggas
been-
is 50.
There's been another submission.
Okay.
I believe this also goes to This Week in These Bitches in the So Shameless chat. Let me see here. Do we think that this one is This Week in These Bitches?
I didn't put it for these bitches. I just put it. I just thought it was an interesting conversation.
Woman
Come on now. Come on now.
says it's yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. You go to church? He's like, come on now. Preach. Listen.
You don't got on your Malcolm X
Woman
glasses
says
today.
it's okay for people to not have friends because friendships bring unnecessary drama. Females are delusional and crazy. Just a mess. You want to hear her testimony? Testimony now. Let's go.
I'm going to speak on the topic of females not having friends and people thinking that's weird or thinking that that person is a problem. And when somebody thinks that somebody is weird for not having friends, that just lets me know that that person has not lived or experienced life enough to understand how people truly operate in this world. I'm going to speak for myself and say that I don't have friends, not because I can't make friends, but because I gain absolutely nothing from friendships. I actually lose more than I gain because I feel like people befriend me for the wrong reasons. Most of the time, people befriend me because they want to be like me or they want to learn my ways, if that makes sense. I already did the whole friendship, hell, sorority life shit. Would I do that shit again? Absolutely not, because females are delusional, crazy, just a mess. At this point in my life, I consider myself to be very selfish. Selfish meaning that I'm always going to put myself first. I'm going to put my needs, my emotions, everything first before a friendship. And sometimes,
you didn't have to say that in the
when
video.
you get into like friendships with females, to be specific, they want you to go to hell and back for them. And I'm just not willing to do that at this big age of mine. I will be the
Mines.
first to say that
Yo,
I am
mines.
not.
See, that's what people
emotionally
think when I say
available
women.
for friendship. I want you to call me with your problems.
damn, okay.
I don't want you to call me with people's business. I truly don't care. I'm not the kind of person that's gonna sit on the phone with you for hours talking about nothing. Like, I just can't do it. I just feel like I'm in my selfish era. I don't care about what people are going through. I don't care about other people's life, point blank, period. I just feel like if you need to be around people 24/7, if you need
listen to people long enough, they will
to
reveal
feel
themselves.
validated, there's something wrong with you. And that lets me know that you truly hate yourself because, listen, I love myself.
We get
that
it.
means I can be around myself 24/7.
All right.
We know.
No interruptions. I can travel.
Yo, this be hurting, bro. You ever been on a date with somebody like this? Bro, that shit be hurting. You just looking at them like, yo.
When can I get out of here? Right.
I'm a beat, but I'm not gonna talk to him.
Yo, what's I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is the baddie girl right here again.
I just
Shorty's bugged out.
that honestly, this is another one. I have a little bit of empathy because you're so traumatized by whatever friendships or relationships that you've ever had that this is your stance and your output on life. That's fucking sad. Like,
Yeah,
I feel sad for you
sad.
because the way my friendships are more important to me than some of my own blood, the way that my friends uplift, the way that my friends support, like the way that my friends call me on my bullshit, the way that my friends are just always there for me. I hate that there are people in the world that cannot relate. Like, they genuinely cannot relate.
She said she doesn't see the benefit in having
she
friends.
doesn't see the benefit, and I feel like, and I don't want to kick anybody when they're already down, because regardless of if she wants to admit it or not, sis is down bad.
Bad.
I will say that you might be the problem. I have great friendships with people. People gravitate towards me because I give off a certain type of energy. And that energy is matched. Positive and positive matches together. Negative and negative. I don't have negative people that get drawn to me because I'm not a negative person. Negative people automatically repel. Like, we're oil and water. So if you have all of these negative experiences and all of this negativity that gravitates towards your life, it's because of you. That one statement alone, I don't care about other people's life, is enough. That's why you don't have no friends. You can't sustain a friendship because even if I'm not your friend, I care about your life. I care about your safety. I care that you're okay.
That's just human decency right there.
I know. I had a friend that I was very close to that admitted that she was selfish.
That's beyond selfish.
I don't think that's...
No, but she was like, yo, I'm worried about me. I really don't like thinking about other people. And it was evident in a lot of the way that we, but I kind of accepted who she was for who she was. I didn't expect much from her. You know what I'm saying? I knew what it was.
Right.
And I accepted that for her because I actually loved the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've seen people like that before. It doesn't mean they're like horribly bad person.
I'm not gonna say she's a bad person, but I do agree with what Dodge is saying, and I think she does have some trauma that's informing her decisions. Because a lot of times when people say stuff like, "People just befriend me because they want to be me," I'm like,
what does that even mean?
That's a
big indicator right
like,
there.
who are you that we want to be?
Right. There's a elevated level of self that she thinks she's like. That's why I said, "Okay, God." I'm like I don't know. A lot of people that's
Okay, God is so funny.
Nah,
too.
seriously, that's
Okay,
what I
God
think.
is
I'm like,
hilarious.
okay, like, but I think there's a lot of trauma that comes from that, and she has to be able to get to the root of that. But I think she's at a point where she's like, nah, I'm comfortable with who I am, and she's an avoidant person, so she doesn't want to deal with it, and her thought process is to avoid it as much as possible. So
That's just
yeah.
sad.
Going into the shame on you segment. Very recently, DDG, who dated
She dates
Who
Haley.
dates?
Haley.
what's her name?
Halle Bailey.
Haley.
Little
Bailey?
Mermaid.
Wait, so it's Haley Bailey and Halle Berry. Did nobody find this weird?
No.
Yeah, but it's Haley Bailey
But that's her last
and
name.
Halle Belly.
It's like
Very
one man.
Nobody thinks this is like
It just is
interesting.
what it
man.
is. This is like,
Women.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I really want
It's
y'all to get y'all
women
shit
all
together.
over
I'm
again.
telling you.
Because we don't know what the fuck to say now.
Speech therapy might
Haley
Bailey.
Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
You don't remember that song?
Halle Bell.
Hal-
I don't even know what the fuck is going on anymore.
help. Halle Bailey.
Yeah. All right. DDG says that he was unaware racism was still an issue until a Little Mermaid backlash.
Man, that money.
He thought Martin Luther King canceled that shit out.
I call bullshit.
Where is this? Hold on. Where?
He actually said it.
No.
Where?
it's
Can
not
we see that?
It's not that. No, he said it, but
Well,
I
why
call
you-
bullshit
You
because
got mad.
I'm not. This is why I don't like niggas. I'm not mad.
Yo, it is a party every week. You just be looking at her like.
I'm not mad. He said it. That's a fact. But I don't think that he was being literal. I think he was being sarcastic and facetious.
That's why I want to see the clip.
So I don't like the way that he said it.
There's no clip.
There is a clip, but I don't know where it is.
Okay.
The way that he said it is very akin to the way I said real nigga, like if you a real nigga, go sell drugs. It was very facetious. It was very sarcastic. If you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't, you didn't. I don't think that he really meant that. It was just like a
Okay.
Yeah.
but it didn't come
was
off.
in your ass for the real niggas sell drugs. I
Niggas-
didn't. Yo,
niggas-
Trom, where do you be?
Because you ain't come to my motherfucking
London.
defense.
No, you know what?
I wasn't-
Trom be
I
having
wasn't
his
there at the
own
time.
shit, and he be feeling like everybody's against him when we do. Remember, he felt like we jumped him. Then he feels like so shameless.
I don't
page
think I
is
was
on
there
his
for that
back.
clip.
It was on the page of the show that you're on.
Nah, I think that might have been the time I left early, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember being there for that clip.
You were not.
No, he's saying that he doesn't see. He didn't. See, oh, you didn't see the clip itself,
I saw the clip.
but he
And
didn't
I
see
said,
the
wasn't
why
comments.
sitting-
you did not? I said, why
saying he's
didn't
seen
you
comments.
defend me like how you defended Tahoe?
Mine was a lot worse.
Deflect. This is a good
Real
time.
niggas deflect.
So
This is a good
I'm
time.
honestly, I should have deflected, but I was trying to think of why didn't I? I didn't feel
you hate
like
me?
because here's the thing. I look at the comments. There was like a couple of comments that, but
said it wasn't
it
warranted.
wasn't an
It
over.
wasn't enough. He said
It wasn't.
He said it wasn't,
It wasn't enough hate?
It wasn't
Listen.
enough for me to help you.
So,
All right, friend.
so Dodge could handle herself. Not that Tahoe can't.
I
but
am not a strong black woman. I keep telling
it's
y'all I'm
not
a
even
damsel
about
in
that.
distress.
But here's the
Save me,
thing.
nigga.
We could all handle ourselves.
No, I can't.
But
Don't sound
it
like
wasn't
a
an
damn
overwhelming.
distress.
People weren't
Nigga,
over. Most people
Josh.
were laughing and agreeing with you. Like, oh shit, that's a
Josh.
bar. People was like, yo, that's a bar. What Dodge said.
I'm a damsel in distress. You can go to
Gosh.
hell. What?
All I'm saying is there are millions of people that think I hate women. Millions. This is a thing. Words mean things. There are millions. This nigga's like, yeah, I was just watching this shit yesterday, today, and several people sent it to me.
Nah, mad people said that.
Millions
to me. I
of
ain't gonna
people
lie.
think I hate women.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't even defend myself. I wrote something. This one dude said some shit, and all of them was like, "And you still ain't say why you love women, so it doesn't matter." He's like, "Oh, all right, bro. Fuck it. This is exactly why we don't like
Well, I
you.
just want you to know they love you at my job.
Fuck it.
I said that
Double
too.
down. Fuck it. Then. This is exactly why."
Yo,
I said
come
that. I
on,
was like,
son.
get off his
So we
back.
have the clip of DDG. What the fuck?
Yeah, which is incredible. I can't wait to see it.
This is DDG.
First of all,
saying-
how dope is that? Just like it is historical.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, it's beautiful to see. She's been talking about that for a minute, so I'm just really excited for her.
Yeah, is she letting any of this hate get to her?
Nah. She be laughing it off.
It's kind of crazy.
They be going a little too hard. But I feel like the people was more attacking the character rather than her personally. You know what I'm saying? Even I feel like it's like caught in the crossfire because she's playing the character.
Right.
But I don't think like because it's impossible to be mean to Hallie. You know what I'm saying?
She seems like the sweetest girl.
Yeah, she
man.
too sweet, and she really liked that in person. So it's
Yeah.
like if people actually took the time to realize who's actually playing the Little Mermaid instead of just going off that she's black, I think they'd be like,
Every once in a while, we
tripping.
get reminded like how terribly racist America still is.
Yeah, I didn't know people was this racist. I didn't
insane.
know. I didn't know this was.
Neither did I, dude.
I thought this was gone already. I thought that was gone. I thought Martin Luther King canceled that out.
It's crazy.
This is crazy. I was like, what the
He ain't
fuck
being
is he
sarcastic.
talking about?
Oh,
Nah, dog. You try
I think
to
he's
save
being
him.
sarcastic.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
he's being somewhat
Nah,
sarcastic.
I do.
Somewhat sarcastic.
Somewhat sarcastic, and what he's saying, like, come on, bro.
I don't think he's being sarcastic. I think he's kind of like exaggerating it a little
Yeah,
bit.
like he's being facetious. Like
Exaggerating.
it's
Yeah.
definitely a hyperbole. Like he's like, yeah, like why? It for me the way I took it was more so like, why would people still be this racist? You know,
Right.
then Martin Luther King and them already go through all that. So why are we
Right,
still
right,
doing
right.
this right now?
Right,
I
right.
just don't feel like he had the right words, but I wasn't offended by what he said, not as much as other people, because the internet likes to, it's like the offended Olympics. Like
It is the
I
offended
thought
Olympics.
what I took from that, and I was like, yo, that's mad cute. How he's like defending his girl.
Yeah, that's what I
how
took
he's
too,
standing
yeah.
behind her. How he's like talking about her character. How he's talking about how all of these people in the world are so upset that she's playing this character, but she's the sweetest person in the world. I saw it more coming from a loving perspective
Yeah.
than this nigga's so dumb. There's a lot of dumb niggas. Fabio spells things wrong every day on the internet, and y'all do not blast him like this.
Word?
Son,
Meek
Fabio
Mill
is crazy.
can't spell for shit.
I don't
No,
know.
y'all don't
Nobody's
be-
stupider than Fabio.
Y'all don't be blasting him. But
Nobody's
y'all so
stupider
mad
than
because
Fabio.
this nigga made a sarcastic comment that didn't land. Like,
Fabio foreign, I had to stop right there. I ain't hear nothing else she said.
Bro.
Because, yo, have you seen this? The way this nigga types?
son,
I be like, is this the way information flows through this nigga's brain?
son,
This is crazy.
like I'm not. Come
I
on,
want to
son.
get into cap
spelled
or
his
no
own
cap.
name wrong.
Wait, should we do the listener letter first since it's a little bit more serious?
Okay.
Because the cap and no caps is kind of fun, but we're on our way out of here in 13. We have 10. We have 20 minutes left.
Let's go.
I know he's like, what the hell?
That's-
No. Listen, I love it.
podcast is this?
No, I love it, bro.
It's a never-ending story. Yeah,
Oh,
he was on
I'm
flight
good.
at 11.
No, I'm
You
not
good?
going no more.
Oh, you good? Okay, cool.
Oh, she
Tron
canceled.
walked right the fuck out of here, and we will still be here. He don't give a fuck. You shit me? Tron be like,
do the
all right, I'm
listener
out.
letter. Let's do the listener letter.
Okay.
Josh, kick ass.
Right. We're gonna call him
Mark.
Ladarius.
Mark could be disrespectful.
What?
Mark ass buster.
I've never heard that in my life.
You never watched Friday?
Yeah, Mark ass.
Mark
Oh.
ass
Minister
nigga?
Society.
Minister Society, right?
okay,
All right,
okay,
we're gonna call
okay.
him Ladarius because I don't remember what his name is, and I don't want to give a generic
that
one. That's
Future?
really his name. No, that's Nevadius. You want to call him Nevadius?
So who's Ladarius?
I don't know, nigga. It was the first thing that.
Future's cousin?
All right. Ladarius. So I've been married for 6 years to my wife.
I don't.
She's been married before. That was a fucked marriage. She has 3 kids by him and 1 by me. She is a singer. In 2020, I had a light stroke at 26 years from stressful migraines. She lost her job a month after that. She asked me would I be okay with her starting her music career and going to school. I said yes. The only thing I requested is that if her career came to the point to where it came between the family, I'm going to say something because we have kids. I work a hard labor job at night, and her shows are at night. So now when I say something about how I feel, we always argue, and that's before I'm actually irritated. So now I'm at the point to where I don't say nothing anymore. I have communication issues already because I'm quiet and don't talk to people, and it caused me to attempt suicide this past February. I need advice. By the way, I love the show.
You know where he's at right now? He's at the accountability step. He may be at the action step, but this is how people come to me on the page all the time. They tell me the whole story, then I give them the action that they can take, and then they don't take it. My response to this would be, you have acknowledged, he has acknowledged, and he's holding himself accountable to two things that I've heard, right? Which is like, I have communication issues, and I basically shut down in the relationship, which is, he's attributing that to the reason why he has attempted suicide. I would say tell him to DM me, man. Let's get him into Safe Haven. Let's get him some low-cost therapy. Let's get him group therapy. We have black men in there that can help him with whatever it is that he's dealing with, and then we can literally get him the resources that he needs to get through that. Because a lot of times when we say, this is the reason why I'm attempting suicide, there's a lot of other stuff that's underneath that. What I like to call it is compounded trauma. So right now, this relationship is his breaking point. That's just at the tip of the iceberg. But underneath all of that is insecurity. I don't feel good enough. Attachment style issues. Relationship trauma that I haven't actually dealt with from when I was mad young. So we have to be able to unpack all of that so that your relationship with your wife isn't the tipping point that leads you to want to take your life. So for him, tell him to DM me. Let's figure out how we can get him into therapy, man, because I hate hearing stuff like this, but I also understand that we can't force him to take any action. So while it sounds good that he's setting the message and he's looking for advice, my advice would be get into therapy. Let's figure out how we can get you therapy so that we can deal with the communication issues. We can deal with you feeling like you need to shut down when it comes to communicating your boundaries and yourself and expressing yourself in your relationship. And we could also help you with the other trauma that's leading you to feel like this is too much for you. Because a lot of times what I tell people about suicide all the time is the reason why people contemplate suicide is because they look at suicide as a solution.
That's a fact.
That's what it is. That's literally the simple reason. Because I had suicidal ideations when I was mad young. I went through a relationship issue, and a lot of times for men, it's always like a relationship issue that will do it. Because that's when you feel like you're at your you're nothing at that point.
Lowest.
You're lowest, because a lot of us put our whole being on being in a relationship, being with somebody. So when you don't even have that, it's like, okay, I might as well not even be here, right? So for me, I always tell people that people deem suicide as a solution because they don't have the tools and the techniques to actually deal with what they're going through. They don't actually have the solutions that they need. So suicide then becomes a solution. And the reason why I'm always pushing therapy when I hear about suicide is because therapy will give you the solutions that you're looking for, where you don't feel like you have to take your life because of what's going on in your relationship.
Yo, I would vote for you, bro.
You would? I'm running for New York mayor. We got to get Eric Adams out of there.
First of all,
I would
if
vote
niggas
for
would
this
listen to
nigga.
me
I'd
on
vote
this
for
show
you
months
over
ago, I
him.
would have told them. I
Thank you.
told these niggas not to vote for that bald-headed motherfucker.
But
in the
you
first
do
place.
overuse the word trauma.
Do I?
No.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
This
'cause
nigga's trying to fucking copyright this shit.
Nah, because people ask me, "Oh my God, your name is DJ Trauma." Like, what? That's such a negative thing. Like, how'd you come up? I was like, I came up with that name in 1993. Like, we wasn't using the word like that back then. It was just another word. You know what I mean? Now it's a thing. It's like, oh my God, it's all over the fuck.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that's when you came up with it, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I have a question before you guys could, because I don't really have much to say on it. Do you think it is possible for a person that has suicidal ideations in a relationship that is triggering for them to be able to seek therapy and heal while still in that relationship?
That's a great question.
My thing, I was just going to tell him that he needs to remove himself from his wife for a while, because I don't know how you heal that in that setting.
But that's the thing, right? It's not that simple.
Of course it's not that simple.
And the reason why I'm saying that, I know that that's obviously it's not that simple. The reason why I say that is because he removes himself from that situation. If he's putting his whole identity on being in that relationship, now that he's removed himself from that relationship, it's probably going to spiral him more into the depressive thoughts sometimes. It might, right? So for me, it's like, okay, get into therapy, and then you and your therapist kind of work on what you feel like the best solution would be. Because it may not be that he needs to leave the relationship. It may just be that he's not communicating himself properly inside of that relationship, and she may not know.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Fair.
So sometimes it's like, okay, I don't want to tell him what to do. And so I'd rather him get into therapy, and then they can kind of work on solutions. And if he and his therapist decide, okay, you know what, it makes sense for me to kind of lead this relationship, at that point, he will understand why he's doing it versus doing it up front and kind of losing the thing that he's kind of holding his whole identity, up to.
Okay. So my question is, this is a sensitive listener letter because he mentioned potential suicide, right?
Yeah.
So you got to handle this with gloves.
Right.
I noticed that we didn't touch on the relationship and the wife and husband dynamics in regards to her career and stuff like that.
Let's do it.
Like,
yeah.
is it too sensitive to even address
No.
what he's writing about? You know
no.
what I mean?
Let's talk about it because that's a real thing, and we should have talked about that too. So yeah, if there's anything like,
So is his wife trash?
Is his wife trash? I don't know, right? Because I
She's
don't
still
based
singing,
off of,
pursuing her dream.
Just asking a question.
Nah, I'm not gonna say his wife is trash because I don't know her side of the story. My mom always tells me there's always two sides of the story.
Of course, based
Right.
on the information that we have, which is not a lot.
Right, based on the information that we have, I would say that they have communication issues, which is what all relationships struggle with, and which is what leads relationships to situations like this. When people don't understand, people don't know what's expected, people don't know how to communicate. One of the big things that he said, which is what I talked about, was I have communication issues, I shut down, right? So when you're in a relationship with somebody and you guys are having issues and you don't know how to communicate yourself effectively, you don't know how to express yourself, of course, it's going to be hard for y'all to come to any kind of conflict resolution or any kind of resolution because you don't know how to express what you're actually dealing with, right? So if you don't know how to express what you're actually dealing with, how is that person going to know how to create space for what it is that you're going through if they can't understand it completely, which is why, again, I pushed get into therapy, get into that individual therapy so that you can learn how to express your needs better. And then if you go through that process and you express and it's still not working out for you, you guys are still butting heads, then maybe it's time for you to call it a quits.
So we can't judge the wife here?
I'm not going to, no.
I'm not going to judge her because, go ahead, blood.
No, I was going to say, I'm not going to judge her because right now, as much as he came in talking about her, it's not about her right now. It's about him. It really is about him dealing with his internal issues right now.
In a paragraph, it's not a short paragraph, but it's only a paragraph. He mentioned certain things, and there's a reason why he mentioned certain things.
Yeah.
And I think he was trying to almost paint the picture that his wife is exhibiting some trash behavior.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
He is. He's
By
definitely
saying
doing that.
She has 3 kids by previous marriage, 1 by me. It was a fucked marriage. Like, why did he throw that in there, right? He's trying to kind of defame her, just,
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's
right?
doing that.
In a way where it's like, all right, she has 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's 28 years old, based on the math in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably fairly young. She has 4 kids, and I just had a stroke, lost my job. She wants to pursue her singing career now? You know what I mean? With 4 kids in a marriage.
Right.
So that's the picture that I believe he's trying to paint.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to comment on that. Like,
she can't sing.
I'm not saying that. I'm asking a question. Like, let's talk about that.
Saying she's trash.
I'm saying that he's implying that she's trash.
You don't know that. That's what you're getting from what he's saying.
Because of the information he included. Why
4
is he
kids.
including that?
She's trying to put. She spoke to him. She wants to go to school. She doesn't want to live in a trailer park for her whole life. She wants to go to school. This is her dream. You got your money from your stroke. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
What?
I don't know why that's included. Cause it's like, yo, I had a light stroke from stressful migraine. She lost her job a month after that. She asked, would it be okay with her starting her music career and go to school? I said yes.
That's a key thing though. She didn't just do it.
She asked.
She asked.
No, that's true.
That's communication.
You're right. Absolutely
And in
right.
that moment, if you really are thinking through your relationship, you have to come up with all possibilities. I know it's hard to do that, but you have to think through it and identify, okay, there is a possibility where this becomes a thing that's more than just her pursuing something on the weekends or whatever the case may be. And I think he kind of thought through it, but he didn't really think through it because he said something like, we would talk about if it was affecting the relationship, right? Yeah. But he didn't really identify how that would happen and what the criteria is for how it affects the relationship, because I don't think he really thought through what that would look like. And so now when it's actually happening, that mixed in with his communication issues, of course you guys are going to have conflict.
He says, now I'm at the point where I don't say anything anymore. I have communication issues already because I'm quiet and don't talk to people, and it caused me to attempt suicide this past February.
Yeah.
And my thing is, that's a lot of deflecting. And it's a lot of not understanding that these are your issues, the things that you need to deal with yourself.
That's why I focused on him. Yeah.
Have to, like, yeah. I don't see her really doing much. A career is a career. It's not a job. Like, yo, she said she wants to pursue her music career. This is what she wants to do in life.
That was making mixtapes, I feel like we would judge him differently.
Potentially,
judge her differently. Excuse
me.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm understanding. Like, you have a family now. At what point do you?
She had a family already,
right? But so I'm saying, so like, at what point? I just had a stroke. You have 4 kids, only one of which is mine. You have 4 kids to take care of.
She had a stroke. She had a stroke before.
I said that. I agreed that you should, pursue your music career. But I said, unless it gets to a point where you gotta reconsider your adult obligations. You can't be a mixtape rapper for the rest of your life. I'm translating, right? Mm-hmm. So
is that what he was saying, though, or is that what we're assuming?
I mean, we don't have all the information, so we got to make some
We don't know who this person is. I don't know. What do y'all think? Stop your music career to stay at home with the kids while he works the job? Because this thing is at night now.
Having
he works at
ideations
night, and her shows are at night.
Is a point where everything needs to be at a full stop, honestly. Like, if I'm in a marriage and I have children and my husband, my partner, the person that I need to be there while I'm pursuing my career, because somebody has to be there to watch the kids, your mental state is not right. We have to do a full stop to get you together, because if it's we know how kids are. Having suicidal ideations or being home alone with 4 kids, I can't say what I really want to say. I'll say it offline, but that's a dangerous recipe. Mm-hmm. That is a recipe for disaster. You have to, the mental health of your partner is just as important as anything else in your life. And that's something that they definitely have to work through. I will put full stop to everything and be home to try to figure this out with you, because you're my husband. We got to figure this out.
And even if she doesn't want to do that, he has to be able to take the step to get better, right? So it can't just be, well, she doesn't want to help me to get mental health support. And so exactly, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible and hold yourself accountable to do the healing. So that's why I said, send a DM, express yourself black man on Instagram. Let's get you into therapy, low-cost therapy, $75 a session.
I definitely agree, because yo, bro, you can't use you feeling like you want to end it all, or you feeling like you're depression or whatever on this one thing. That's something that's you, bro. Mm-hmm. That's in you. She could do anything. Say she quits the job, anything else she does, it could lead you down the same road, because that's an option for you. You have to deal with that being an option for you.
Right.
You have to deal with the things, the way you respond to triggers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that's the problem here. And I think that it's always been a problem for you. I think you just ain't say nothing. I think that a lot of the things that she does has always been a problem for you, and you just ain't say nothing. And I do that shit often. Me personally, I do that shit often, my nigga. Like, yo, I just be dealing with shit, and next thing you know, I'm punching somebody in the face, and it's like, yo, that was not necessary. Or you bugging out. I ain't gonna punch you. But like, it's a response, and you got to think about why you responding that way. That's really the issue. And I think that therapy is a huge thing, bro. When you're going through things like, yo, I want to end it all, a lot of times it's not about what you're trying to do to you. It's about the signal that you're trying to send to the world, or send to the people that matter. Mm-hmm. Like, my nigga, when I think about, when I go through shit and I realize how sick of a fuck I am, I be going through, in my head, I be thinking about how can I affect the people in this situation.
Really?
That's fucked up. Mm-hmm. It's not about how to deal with the situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not how to not have these thoughts or whatever. Mm-hmm. How can I get the desired effect that I want? Mm.
How can I make them feel like how I feel right now?
Mm-hmm. How can I make them feel how I feel right now?
Yep.
I concur with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I just be holding it back.
Mm-hmm. And
because it can get real nasty.
I'm not saying that that's you, but there is a desired effect that when it comes to you doing that. I think you should just talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. Not so much worry about her right now. Like Traum is considering. This nigga like, oh, you want to sing? The DJ, he's 50 years old.
Oh, now he's 50.
Listen, I'm sensitive to all sides. All I'm saying is I don't think that I have the I don't know if I have all the tools to address his suicidal issues. That's a very sensitive thing. So I don't want to say the wrong thing.
So
but he did write us about another factor. So I wanted to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Not to push that, but we had to address that first.
Right.
We didn't want to push that to the side. That's the most important thing is the suicidal issues. I was hesitant to give any advice like y'all had on the suicidal part. That's why I jumped into the other part, you know?
I have another listener letter.
Oh, we do? All right.
Yes, it's kind of long, so I'm going to put it on Patreon.
Okay.
Head over.
That nigga be crispy. Hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas on. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.